In the top stories, QEH doctors to resume seeing non-urgent cases. The Education Minister tells principals not to rush children out of school at age 16. And Barbados Pride cricketer takes a blow to the head. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, December 5th, 2014. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
Doctors at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital say they will resume seeing non-emergency cases. This follows verbal assurances by the Ministry of Health and the management of the hospital that some of the items which were in short supply had arrived and only need to be distributed. This was revealed on Friday in a statement from Dr. Linda Williams, Public Relations Officer of the Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners, or BAMP. A week ago, BAMP and its subsidiary, the Junior Doctors of Barbados, announced that they would only be treating emergency cases due to a shortage of drugs and other supplies. Now, the doctors say they have been told their concerns will be addressed. $25 million is expected to be disbursed to the hospital in the next 2 weeks, and the QEH should receive $2 million a week to ensure that suppliers are paid. The Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations of Barbados is urging government to bring urgent relief to the retrenched employees of the National Conservation Commission. The workers who were laid off in March are yet to receive their severance payments since the Employment Rights Tribunal has not met to discuss their retrenchment. In a statement, CITUSAB chastised government for not providing the tribunal with office space, a venue for hearings, and the required administrative support staff. It called on government to assist the workers financially and to put the infrastructure in place to have the first hearing in January 2015. Minister of Education Ronald Jones is urging principals not to be in a hurry to send students out of school when they reach age 16. Addressing the Alexandra School's annual speech day on Friday, he said there was nothing in the law which requires students to leave school at that age. Mr. Jones said every effort should be made to allow students to develop to their full potential. We're being told that Barbadians might need to continue working into their retirement years in order to protect the National Insurance Scheme. Actuary Charles Herbert made this recommendation on Thursday as the Caribbean Actuarial Association staged its annual conference. He said this might be part of the solution to what he called government's habit of borrowing from the fund. In a wide-ranging presentation, Mr. Herbert discussed other challenges facing the local pension system.
For future employees, the ones that are starting now, we're harmonizing them. But there are all kinds of problems with timing. You're not forced to start your national insurance pension when you retire, because a typical public servant may retire at 60 but continue to work elsewhere and not draw their national insurance pension until 70. So there are all kinds of timing where you try to harmonize one benefit with a mandatory or a fixed retirement age with a voluntary retirement age. So harmonization has big problems.
It seems to be a good week for local tourism. Earlier, we told you that Air Canada would be bringing more visitors to the island. Now, Minister of Tourism Richard Seeley says the island has landed 2 brand-name hotel chains, Wyndham and Hyatt. Speaking as he welcomed 2 Delta Airlines flights to the island on Thursday, he said the Hyatt would start in the Carlisle Bay area earlier next year. Meantime, Delta has introduced twice-weekly services from Atlanta and New York. Queen's College has emerged winner of the 2014 Caribbean Science Foundation CXC Sagicor Visionaries Challenge. The St. James School beat out the 8 other teams in the competition on Thursday with a project called The Greenway to Get Styrofoam Away. Harrison College took 2nd and 3rd place with the daylight lighting system and traffic monitoring number system, both of which use science to address 2 problems at the school. In sport, Barbados Pride opening batsman Omar Phillips was struck in the head on Friday during the WICB's Professional Cricket League match against the Windward Islands Volcanoes at Arnosvale in St. Vincent. The 27-year-old was at the non-striker's end when he was struck at the back of the head by a ball hit by teammate Shea Hope. Phillips lay unconscious on the field for a few minutes before being treated by a doctor on the scene and then transported to hospital by ambulance. He later regained consciousness but remains under observation. Barbados had won the toss and elected to bat. You can visit nationnews.com for a summary of the day's play. And finally, a list of the most unusual and surprising baby names of 2014 has been compiled by website Baby Center. Drawing from the nearly 500,000 babies born to registered users during the year, the site compiled a list of creative baby names that were each given to at least 3 children. The names include Guru for boys and YOLO for girls. There are also a number of brand-inspired names like Dior, Dodge, Hennessy, Hilton, Nivea, and Sephora. And that's Nation News for Friday. For more, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Pick up your papers at newsstands and join us a little later for the Weekend Buzz. Do enjoy.